What's up YouTube, TFR here. Today I'm going to be going over the Guaiac wood, one of the more essential woody notes. It's cool, it's edgy, it's dark, it's mysterious. It pairs really well with notes like cinnamon, star anise, tobacco, licorice, all that good stuff that just gives it that really dark, mysterious vibe. It's very cool, very savory, and this video is going to be more of a demonstration and exhibition in fragrances, not really a list video. I'm going to be going over 8 fragrances across 6 fragrance houses. And before I dive into that, as I said in my last video, I am doing a giveaway in this video, and the prize for this one is going to be a Kenneth Cole duffel bag, which I wanted to do something a little bit more interesting than a fragrance. Most people always do a fragrance or something like that. Me, I don't do too many giveaways on this channel. If I do, I don't advertise them. I did one before. This is my first one for guys, so I figured this would be pretty cool. This is one of those bags that comes with one of those fragrance sets, so I know a lot of people like those, so I'm more than happy to give this one away. So to qualify for this one, all you gotta do is leave a comment. This is gonna be US only. The only reason you gotta leave a comment is because that's how I'm gonna randomize the winner, because I'm gonna use one of those websites to select the winner randomly. So definitely comment if you're interested in that. Alright, so to begin the list, I'm gonna be going off with my favorite fragrance house is gonna be Armani, and I got Armani Emporio Diamonds and Armani Code. Both of these have the Guaiac wood, and both of them use them in very different, interesting ways. Armani Emporio Diamonds has it in the top note, so when you open it up, it comes with it's paired with bergamot. And when you spray this fragrance, you kind of get all of it as a whole, and then it settles into its, just main foundation. It is a more classic fragrance structure, so it does breathe. However, you do get that really refreshing, cool blast in the opening with the bergamot mixed with that kind of cool, edgy vibe of the Guaiac wood over the cacao. This one is just absolutely excellent. You get a little bit powdery notes in there, but you really do feel cool, elegant, royal. It's such an amazing fragrance. You can kind of see my bottles almost at the bottom because I used it so much, and it's got me so much love. I absolutely love this fragrance. I will definitely talk about it more in the future. But you also got Armani Code, and this one, the Guaiac wood, is paired with star anise and leather, of course, but the fragrance note that really pops out to me in this one is the olive blossom, because the olive blossom has kind of a licorice, scent to it, and it just pairs so good with the Guaiac wood. I said it a ton of times before, when you spray this fragrance, you smell like the coolest guy in the room, and I will always have so much love for the original Armani Code. You guys know I do love the pure parfum version too, but this guy right here, if you need something that's simple, clean, and like I said, you'll be the coolest guy in the room, you cannot go wrong with either of these. Next up, we got Burberry London for men. And in this one, the Guaiac wood is paired with tobacco, leather, a little bit of refreshing notes like bergamot and lavender in the opening. But this is a fragrance that's been compared to Spice Bomb in the past, and I really think it's the Guaiac wood in here that separates it, that gives it a little bit of that just smoother edge. The Guaiac wood in itself is not as dirty or heavy as agar wood, so it is used a lot of times in fragrances like these that are built up heavy with spice and other, supplementary notes like that. Especially tobacco, to just give it that extra oomph, that extra edge. And it's so succulent here in Burberry London, where it's all just blended together magnificently, and I absolutely love it. This is a fragrance you could spray around nearly all season long, just because it's not as heavy as Spice Bomb. Like if you wear it in the spring, you could rock it on a rainy day, you could rock it on a summer night and get a really good reaction from people. It's just overall a really excellent fragrance and a secret weapon in a lot of people's fragrance arsenal. So this is definitely one I recommend checking out, Burberry London for men. I did say it's all season, but once again, with the Guaiac wood, you want to pair those and just kind of keep note of your surroundings. Like in summer and spring, use it during the rainy evening kind of moments times, and you'll be great, man. You'll stun. It's definitely gonna hit most of the time. And then next up, we got the 212 line. These are absolutely awesome, and this is a fragrance line that's just iconic, classic, timeless. The original right here opens up for more just kind of fougere foundation. It's just green, it's clean, it's got that nice sharp citrus in the opening. It's amazing. The 212 Sexy Edition, it's a little bit more reminiscent of Jean Paul's Gaultier. However, it doesn't have that cinnamon to it. It's more of a mix of vanilla and the Guaiac wood. That's how the fragrance achieves that warmth, that level of seduction. It is so good, and I've talked about this one on my channel since the beginning. I am absolutely in love with this fragrance just because it has such a good aroma to it. It hits very similar to Le Mans, like I said, it's just a little bit less weighted, and it's just the Sea Lodge Cloud, it's so good, it's so clean, it's not overwhelming, it's not overly potent. So that's why I really appreciate this fragrance, 212 Sexy. Of course, I do love the original 212 NYC Men. That one is a stunner, just baddie of a fragrance right here. And especially in the work time environment for, you know, an office type scent, to have the guaiac wood in here, you will smell like the baddest dude in the room. So definitely check these out if you're looking for something clean, edgy, smooth, and that pretty much everyone universally loves. Coming up next, we got Cerruti 1881 Black, and this one is actually paired the guaiac wood with the agar wood note, oud, in the base. Now, I'm pretty sure the oud in this one is a bit more synthetic. It's not going to be a natural agar wood. It could be. However, this is a more budget-friendly fragrance, and it just absolutely hits. It's amazing. It's so good, clean. It, like I said, it is a little bit synthetic, but it just has a fragrance DNA that's just to die for. It's ridiculously good. It has a therapeutic effect on me where it's just more calming. It's fresh, but it just has a load of spice in there that's just not heavily done at all. You got some caraway paired with some lavender, some bitter orange, some black pepper. It's really clean and just well composed, just because none of those fragrance notes, I promise you, in this ever just over dominate the other. You also got a marzipan note in here that just keeps it very interesting, and just it's really alluring to draw people in, gives it a little bit of that sweetness. Cerruti 1881 Black is just a really good budget friendly secret weapon, low-key hidden gem banger that you could add to your collection anytime, and you will absolutely not be disappointed. I had a lot of success with this fragrance as well. I wear it as an easy kind of no-brainer splash because it's another one of those that, you know, you don't have to think too much about it. It's not going to be a heavy silage cloud when you spray it, unless you overspray, of course, you know, like 6-8 sprays, beast mode, no limits on your end. But definitely check this one out if you're looking to just add something, you know, a little bit of an extra kick to your collection. Invictus by Paco Rabanne, and this one may be a little surprising to people that have the guaiac wood in it, just because it's a bit of a contrast compared to the fragrances I showed thus far. You know, the other ones are mysterious, dark, edgy. This one is, you know, bubblegum freshness in a bottle. The guaiac note comes into play here in the base notes, because you guys gotta remember the base notes of a fragrance structure is meant to withdraw the scent out of the other ingredients on top. Mainly the heart note, and the top note is there to just kind of complete and round out the fragrance. But the heart note is pretty much the body of a fragrance, and all of that, when it's dried out, you're left with the base notes. This one in its base has oak moss, ambergris, guaiac wood, a little patchouli, but the guaiac wood in here just serves to give it that, you know, really just that sex appeal that is found within the Invictus fragrance, the scent DNA. Because after that sweet bubblegum opening, it does dry down to a very refreshing, aquatic kind of, you know, marine type of fragrance. You get that really juicy citrus in the opening. However, that just sublime edge underneath it all is the guaiac wood. That's part of the major supporting cast, along with the oak moss to give it that freshness, and it just works really well in this fragrance. Of course, Paco Rabanne, Invictus, you already know, is one of like the most mass appealing sex magnet fragrance out there. It's definitely a chick magnet. Definitely check it out if you're looking to kind of get something fresh, sweet, with a little bit of that kind of, you know, seductive edge. Invictus, you can never go wrong with the original. I know some people don't like it because it's overdone, but I still love it. The last fragrance I'm going to go over in this video is going to be Lacoste Live, and this one is a very simple note structure. It's only got like 5 notes. I think it's got a very synthetic aquatic note, but in this, the guaiac wood is paired in the base with licorice, and licorice is honestly one of my low-key, another one of my favorite notes in fragrance. It's a very well received fragrance note. However, this fragrance is kind of hit or miss. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's not one of those that's really in between, like, you either like it or you don't. This one is very occasion specific. You know, I would definitely save it for, you know, a nice chill rainy day, maybe an evening when I'm just around a couple people, not really a mass social gathering. But it kind of, you know, when it does hit, it hits. It's really intriguing to the people who do like it, and honestly, it's, you know, a really good price. You can find it online for like 20-30 bucks, something like that. And the idea behind this one was meant to be, you can even see it on the bottle, it's meant to be a mix of the other Lacoste. That's why it says, you know, like 30% incense blue, 58% natural white, 10% pure red, 100% Lacoste Live. To me, it smells like its own thing. I don't really get that combination of different fragrances mixed together in this one. However, it is just an interesting add to the collection, especially to the Lacoste line. So definitely got to shout it out here, especially because it's got the guaiac wood. And that's going to complete the video, guys. So as I said earlier, if you want to be entered into that contest, definitely just leave a comment, and I promise that's not a grab for, you know, the algorithm. It's just my only way to kind of keep track of this and randomize the winner. And other than that, the guaiac wood, just to wrap up, excellent fragrance note. I wish to see it in more fragrances, definitely some more modern fragrances that are coming out. I believe there's a lot of interesting things that could be done in fragrance. However, a lot of companies are just kind of doing the copy paste routine, you know, going with what works, like a sandalwood, tonka vanilla blend, you know, the bubblegummy stuff, like things like Jimmy Choo Man Urban and Paco Rabanne's Lucky. They just all started smelling too similar to each other. So I really want to see things branch out and get back to that kind of old school way of composing fragrances where they breathe and they have things like the guaiac wood in there to just supplement it and just boost it and elevate it to that next level. So guys, wrapping up here, Fragrance Runner signing off, wishing you all to be safe during these quarantine times.